The Springboks are boring. They're apparently ruining rugby at the moment, and laws need to be changed, and they need to be brought into line, and yada yada yada, a whole bunch of other stuff which I find quite interesting. Now, the reason I bring this up, although I'm sure some people are just really tired of this topic already, but the reason I bring it up is that there's obvious merit in this. There's fan merit, which doesn't mean a lot, but I'll bring it up because in the 2019 Rugby World Cup, I was one of those armchair rugby fans sitting with my fifth or sixth beer going, oh, why does Faf keep kicking it? Villies cuck. The Boks are so boring. We're going to get killed in the final. All that kind of stuff, because the Boks weren't scoring a lot of tries. No, what am I talking about? The Boks weren't scoring tries in that Wales game. They were just trying to bluntly knock them over. Yeah, whatever. I mean, everyone was there. You know, we were all in the heat of the battle, on the heat of the moment, said something quite stupid along these lines. And there was all these kind of memes around the fact that the Boks were boring. Totally get it. Anyway, like all things in life, I like to learn, I like to evolve, I like to progress as a human being. And the Boks went on to absolutely humble, embarrass, thrash, demoralize England in a scintillating game of rugby where they were anything but boring. The team that had basically dismantled the All Blacks in the semi-finals couldn't hold a candle to the men in the green and gold. They scored tries with their wings. They were just brutal. It was one of the best games of rugby ever. The fact that it was Rugby World Cup final and they won it so emphatically, well, it just proved what a great team they were. Boring? No. But then something else happened, really. Two things that kind of changed my mind forever on the Springboks. Firstly, Squidge Rugby, probably the greatest rugby analyst on earth. And I say that without any reservation. The effort that guy puts into his videos, his insights, his ability to incorporate humor just shows how smart he is. And he literally broke down what makes the Springboks so good. Further to that, there was the Chasing the Sun documentary series, where we got more of an insight into what made the Boks tick during that World Cup process. And it all just made so much sense to me. The Boks aren't boring, they're just technically superior. Rugby is a hard game, right? And it's a contact game. So as much as it's cool to watch people throw the ball around and score tries and all that kind of stuff, no doubt it's great for fans. People who want to be entertained, they want to see that. I totally get it. Awesome, fantastic. And people historically have supported the All Blacks, and the All Blacks are an incredible team. They are conditioned to that style of play. That is who they are. It's in their DNA. Well done. They finished third in the Rugby World Cup final. Sorry, in the Rugby World Cup 2019. Anyway, I don't want to throw too many jabs at them right now because I saved that for Twitter. But the Boks have found a way to play this great game, this hard game, in a way that no one can kind of contest with them. We historically have very hard, tough, strong men in this country. So we use that, right? Of course we do. Play to your strengths in life. No matter what you do, always play to your strengths. But we also have really incredible, dynamic, fast running backs. But what's the point of throwing the ball to them when they've got bad ball on the back foot and they're running in circles, they're running sideways? Then why bother trying to run it? You know, there's so many Bok coaches that fell on their sword trying to play a sexy, attractive brand of rugby. Carl du Plessis, if you go back far enough, he scored 35 points against the All Blacks in a team which had Percy Montgomery playing outside centre. Scintillating display of running rugby. But they also conceded 55 that day at Eden Park. So what happened? That result goes down as a thrashing, right? Sure, they played attractive running rugby, but they conceded 55 fucking points. That's not how you win. The Boks, current day Boks, these boring Boks, they have conceded in their last 10 test matches 4 tries. 4. They essentially have a collective bonus point against them in 10 rugby test matches. All Blacks, well, I don't think they really care, but if you are looking to keep score, I think the All Blacks have conceded 14, 15, around there, more. So there's many ways to, I mean, this could be a 3-hour rant. I've only got a short drive to work. This could be something that people can consider as an argument forever and ever and call the Boks boring. Cool, sure. But you've also got to understand that sport, the object of sport, is to win. Now, the Boks have a win at all cost strategy. Are you telling me any team out there doesn't do whatever it takes to win? Not one team has a win at all cost strategy. Every team has that. If they don't have that, then they're absolutely shite and they shouldn't even bother. I mean, I get out of bed in the morning because I want to win at all costs. I want to progress my career. I want to progress myself as a human. And I will do whatever it takes at all costs to do that. Someone calls me boring, I'll be like, well, whatever, I don't care. They're not boring, they're just tactically superior. And I think if you look throughout sports, once you become the best, you become a target. As you know, I'm a massive MMA fan, and Israel Adesanya, who owns the middleweight division, is called boring. Well, he's also the title holder, so if a challenger wants to come and challenge him, come, bring it. What do you got? Let's see. I'm going to play to my strengths, I'm going to keep the fight on my feet, and I'm going to keep you at arm's length. And I'm probably going to whip your ass, as every fight that he's had in that division has suggested, until one day he fights Dricus du Plessis, and then, well, I think his life will change a bit. Anyway, I digress. So the Boks are going to play the All Blacks in the Rugby Championship, hopefully. COVID paranoia is through the roof in that part of the world. And then we'll see who's boring, really, because I don't think the Boks should ever be called that. Dominant, yes. Yeah, single-minded? Yes, sure, go for it. But calling them boring just means that you're a loser, really, because you don't understand what it means to win. And a lot of things in culture nowadays are very much indicative of that, because people don't really win in their own lives. So therefore they sit back, they throw unqualified comments, they look for the low-hanging fruit of things, and they don't actually appreciate the craft and the actual toil that goes into something. Like, I grew up, obviously idolizing backline players because, as you can tell by my stature, I did not play in the tight five. So my natural heroes were backline players. As I've learned what rugby is, like, my favorite player is Ibn Etzebeth. I will say that, straight away. Ibn Etzebeth, Franco Mostert, Peter Steph-Toy, these are the people who actually make rugby work. And if you know anything about rugby and the toil that these guys go through and the pain they go through, you'll probably respect them a lot more too. I always find it weird, like a wing scores a try and they get man of the match award. Like, whatever. You wouldn't have got the ball unless that guy almost broke his neck trying to get it for you. So we need to actually understand that rugby is a hard game. It's a tough game, and there's many ways to play it. Hats off to the New Zealanders who play it the way they do. They're fantastic, but that's great. That's them. It's like me saying, I don't like you because you didn't have blonde hair, or I don't like you because you didn't have a French accent on words starting with T. It's all very trivial, but without the Boks, rugby's pretty fucking average, let's be honest. New Zealand would just play running rugby. Everyone would try to follow their sort of dance card, and they would fail. The Boks give the All Blacks the greatest rivalry in rugby, so they need to be respected for that. The Boks are currently the best team in the world. Look at the results and their achievements. And because the Boks are such an abrasive force, they are the perfect villain in the piece, so to speak. So yeah, people will always find things to bitch about in life. That is life, unfortunately, especially in 2021. But if you do care for the truth, you do care for nuance, and you care for reason, watch a whole bunch of Squidge Rugby's rugby analysis, keep an open mind, and back the Bokke, because let's be honest, it's one of the only things that are really exciting and positive about South Africa right now. They're winners. They work together to win. They're an example to all of us that merit, excellence, teamwork, and all these kind of things can make you a world beater. The Boks aren't boring. People who think that are losers. Let's enjoy them winning. And watch Squidge Rugby. I never know how to finish these conversations. I always try to think, everyone has great lines, but I don't. The Boks aren't boring. They're absolutely great, and they're great for the game. And if you want to change the rules for safety, all that kind of stuff, so be it. Analyze the data, see who's getting hurt, make arrangements here and there. But the Boks play a good technical game. They're superior to many. They've got players to execute it, and they're also hard bastards. I'll leave you with that. Go Bokke.